Hey folks, today's video is brought to you by carzing.com. You know, buying a new car can be very exciting, but can also be stressful, potentially more expensive than it needs to be. Not to mention, it can be a time suck. All that time spent at the dealership, why waste it? If you go to carzing.com, you can search for hundreds of thousands of cars to find the exact car that you need, new or used, and also get your financing in order before you ever have to set foot into the dealership. The best part is, Carzing won't affect your credit score at all. You can do it all from your home and even personalize the terms of your finance right from the comfort of your couch. That way, by the time you get to the dealership, all that time wasting stuff, all that negotiating, it's all just handled. So go to carzing.com/TheSmokingTire or hit the link in the video description. They've got this locked down and you can save time, save money, and save stress with Carzing. Now, enjoy today's video. Hey folks, welcome to Temecula. We are down here because we were filming what is probably the world's fastest DeLorean.
Definitely.
Definitely. And if you're gonna drive 2 hours into the middle of nowhere, you need to film two cars. So we brought the 25th anniversary Boxster. Technically it's called Boxster 25th, seriously. Porsche
25.
Boxster 25th. That's what it's called. It is to celebrate the 25th anniversary of the Boxster.
Probably the Boxster.
They've been making this thing for 25 years, and to do that, they have done some styling cues from the Boxster concept, the 1993 Boxster concept. It is actually going to be the rarest Boxster, limited to 1,250 units, and this one is number 002. This is the second of 1250 production cars. It's based on the 718 GTS, which means it has a 4-liter flat six, has a 6-speed manual gearbox. PDK is optional. 394 horsepower, 304 pound-feet of torque, weighs about 3,100 pounds because it has some luxury options like the adaptive heated and cooled seats.
Super adjustable seats.
Yep. It does 0 to 60 in 3.8 seconds and the quarter mile in 12.0 at 118. According to Car and Driver, that's with the manual. The PDK goes a little quicker. And the top speed is 182 miles an hour. It has almost double the horsepower. The original Boxster in 97 had 201 horsepower. This is 394.
And so barely heavier.
Yeah, and
really
that was
barely heavier.
Yeah, and it's like 300 pounds heavier. So there's a big difference. With the 25th anniversary edition, Sport Chrono, adaptive dampers, and the mechanical limited slip differential come standard. You've also got the light gold copper accents on the wheels and the front bumper. And it is $99,950, which is $9,700 more than a base GTS, right?
What about a GTS that you add Sport Chrono to?
You can, well, it's a little more than that. If you add Sport Chrono, add adaptive dampers, add adaptive seats, you have almost the same price as this. So you're really only paying a very small premium for the fact that it's a limited edition and it's a specific set of options.
Right.
It's available in black, white, and silver. That's it.
We have the silver.
And they all have red interior. This is the I've seen all the colors. The silver with the gold, it's hot. It's hot.
When I opened the trunk, I thought the colors were mismatched, but it was the angle of the sun changed the color of the trunk when it was up.
It totally works.
The fender.
It totally works. And we're gonna do top down because why not? It's power top. It goes down in only about 10 seconds. You could easily do it at a red light, and stop start is active. So we're gonna change to sport mode in our selector there. Leave the shocks in soft because that's what we do with adaptive suspensions. And we're going to drive now. Sounds good.
It does. On the way down here, I asked you if it had enhanced sound through the speakers. You said it does not. It's just, I'm so used to cars that have a good sound and are a bit loud inside, having like enhanced sound, but this is all natural.
So what Porsche does is they put a tube off the intake onto the firewall.
Like Lexus style.
Like a trumpet. So it's not digitally enhanced. There's no frequency cancellation. There's nothing in the speakers, but they plummet. So there's just a tube that just comes out on the firewall.
Yeah, I like that. I think that's fine.
We are in some unfamiliar territory. We don't really know this area very well, so can't really drive at the limit. But we've done many other Boxsters and Caymans in our home turf, so.
Yes.
So one thing I messed up in our last Cayman video is I said double wishbones. That's not correct. McPherson strut suspension. Nevertheless, the mid-engine architecture and these adaptive shocks give you a phenomenal ride, even on 20-inch wheels.
Yeah, I would say it feels sporty in the sense of like it feels stiffer than the Evora GT. The Evora GT does have double wishbones all around, and it's also sprung more softly. It would float a little bit more over this road. This, you know, it just feels stiffer, but the adaptive shocks have done a good job of soaking up some of the bigger hits.
It's great on the highway. Our 2-hour transit down here was like very, very comfortable and nice. You know, because there's no back seat or none of that fakey back seat stuff. There's plenty of leg room. I'm 6'3". I have a 32-inch inseam, and top up, top down, I am so comfy.
Yeah.
Especially with the adaptive sports seats, which I love.
These are made. They're so customizable. Like the thigh bolster, the side bolster. Like you can just tailor every little bit of it, which is really, really nice.
Obviously, a Boxster Spider is my favorite Boxster, but this is the daily driver Boxster I would totally want. This has like all the luxury options, plus some sports stuff that improves the all-around performance, not just racetrack performance.
Right, yeah, the daily driver sporting car. That's why adaptive suspension is so good.
Yeah. So, obviously, we will never have to get out of third gear on this particular road. All 718 series cars, whether it's the base one with the turbo motor and the S with the turbo motor, or the 6 cylinders or the Spider, it's all the same, right? The gearing. And so it's clearly optimized for those turbo motors where the meat is in the middle and you don't need to zing the thing past 7.
Yeah, they know where their customers are going to shift most of the time.
Second gear in this car is 84 miles an hour. Third gear goes to 113. That's not entirely necessary, but you can fix it if you want. But it doesn't, we don't need to dwell on it because it's not like it makes the car bad to drive. It's still fabulous to drive.
Yeah, and I believe Porsche does it for emissions and noise regulations. Like there's, you know, the test of where it has to be a certain gear at a certain RPM, it can only make so much noise. So that's why they have to do that. And
I just love the balance. I mean, I think it's got such a nice balance where it feels like almost endless grip through the corners, but it's also the right size, and all the inputs are like, everything in this car is so in harmony.
Yes, totally agree with you. And the last Cayman I drove, the 718T, I was like, wow, this car feels like it's really small. And then when I looked at the numbers, it's not that much smaller than a 911, but there's something about where you're sitting, and again, the way it all harmonizes together that makes it feel like a very small car, which is great. Visibility is really good.
Let's pull over here, and let's invert that loop, Zach.
All right.
You drive.
Counterclockwise.
I can't take all of the seat time today. We will counterclockwise. As I was driving it, you know, around just my town the last day or two, people really are, they are into it. People are like, oh, that's a real, I mean, how often, there's a lot of Boxsters in LA.
Yeah.
How often are you driving a Boxster and someone stops you to tell you how cool it is? Like,
well, the wheels pop.
Yeah.
The interior, obviously, like, tells people that it's either special or was chosen by someone who had a particular taste. It's really good. It's cool. It looks good in here, and I think the brightness of these little bits of aluminum and stuff help break it up a bit. It looks really good.
It's down on the left there. The wheels look like TE 37s.
Yeah, they do.
Which to me just proves that TEs look good on everything. feels like the revs never end.
Yeah, it does.
You know?
Yeah,
you just have so many revs because the gearing is so long and because the engine is so smooth.
Yeah, and it doesn't get that much louder as you climb past 5, whereas other cars, you can hear that red line coming. You can almost sense that engine is about to be stressed beyond where it should be.
Well, that's the thing about this engine. It never feels strained.
Yeah.
Right?
It's a Carrera S engine, right? But bored and stroked?
The 4 liter, yes. It's the 3 liter from the Carrera minus the turbos, bored and stroked. Right. Correct, yes. And the reason it makes 394 horsepower rather than 414 like the GT car, it actually has some different things happening on the inside. It has different, I think, valve springs and stuff. Stuff in the valve train is different, so you can't just turn this into the other engine.
Right.
Yeah. We're making a left coming up soon. There, we go left there.
Let's see how the brakes are.
Is that El Prado?
Yep.
Yeah. More than 90 degrees.
Brakes work well. The pedal is progressive in its resistance. It's not like a block right up top, like maybe like the GT cars. The brake pedal's real firm, real early.
Well, that's the ceramics. This is not ceramics. This is steel brakes.
Steering feels nice, accurate. Definitely light because the engine's in the back.
This car is just delightful.
Yeah.
And it really is such a lovely thing. And oh, by the way, for $100,000, it better be.
Yeah, but it feels worth the money.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, it looks really nice inside and outside. It feels like a luxury car, but it drives like a sports car.
And all the 911s I've driven, all the 992 press cars I've driven have been over 150.
Jeez.
So a Carrera S, with options is not a $125,000 car anymore. It's a $150,000 car now. So,
especially with sport exhaust and adaptive shocks, like you start adding those things that do make it a really nice car with kind of with two natures. Yeah, those shocks do a good job.
They do, right?
They do.
They smooth it out.
Yeah, they do. And this is not a very flat road at all. There's a lot of little stuff going on that we're riding over.
What a beautiful neighborhood, though, right? Avocado and lime trees everywhere.
Man, the flywheel must weigh near zero in this thing. It revs so easily to downshift.
Correct, but compared to the GT3 manual, where I think the flywheel has actually gotten too light, where it's actually kind of annoying in traffic and easy to stall, this is much easier to live with in traffic. This is a great Goldilocks, perfect weight for a flywheel. Good balance of revs and its own inertia.
All right, what do you not like about it? Because you've driven this more than me.
What do I not like about it?
Yeah.
Very, very little. I mean, very, very little. What don't I like about it? I don't like that you can't put it in sport mode without having auto rev matching come on automatically. So if you put it in, you can do normal and then independently put the other stuff into sporty settings, and then you have no rev matching.
Got it.
But if you just click that into sport, rev matching comes on automatically.
Okay.
So that I don't like.
I don't think the wheels look that good, to be honest. I think if I didn't know what this car was, I might think someone put rims on them, and I don't think they're gold enough in the center. I think they're just a little bit. They feel like a half measure between silver wheels and gold wheels.
Like if it was a watch, it would be rose gold, and I'm not that into rose gold.
Exactly.
Yeah. But in general, what a lovely thing.
Yeah. Can we go right there?
Oh yeah, right there.
That works.
I mean, it's the 718 Boxster GTS, right? Which is a fabulous package.
Yeah, absolutely.
It's got the power to weight that you want, but it's not so harsh like a GT car where you go, I only want to use this on weekends. You want to use it every day.
Totally.
Like, I want to daily this car. And actually, I like that I have tons of leg room, tons of headroom. I love the fact that there's trunks in the front and the back because you got so much storage
And the front
space.
trunk is deep. I mean, we could fit almost 2 camera cases in there.
Big.
We could fit our camera case in the back, which is good. The Boxster and Cayman, just as a car, is so versatile and usable. I'm very impressed by it every time.
Yeah. I love this thing. I mean, is it just a special edition anniversary? Yeah, it is. But like, the total package is really nice. It's the most luxurious that I've seen a Boxster in terms of plushness, which I really like, and it's just super fun to drive. Yeah.
It is. I think it highlights how important interior colors can be. This reminds me of the Turbo S cab we drove. It had the red and the white.
The strawberry shortcake.
And it looked expensive. Like this looks like a more expensive interior than it actually costs, I think.
It does, yeah. So thank you to Porsche for giving us this thing for a week to play with. We really appreciate it. Thanks to you guys for watching all of our videos, and we'll see you later. And remember, always fight your tickets. Use code TST10 on the Off the Record app available in the Android and iOS store, or go to offtherecord.com/TST.